So, long story short, if you are already having a highly leveled up Murasame, probably you can actually skip this banner. I don't see any problem. I think it's beneficial to skip this banner if you are already having the Murasame garb and the weapon in a good condition. Let me tell you why. Hello everyone, this is Ron. Welcome to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video, and in today's video guys, I am going to compare Murasame and the new Cloud's weapon, that is Skysplitter. Now, the only difference I see among these two weapons is the element, that is this weapon, Skysplitter, is going to give burn, or that means fire, and Murasame is giving lightning. So if you are looking for a fire based weapon, or if you are looking for a fire based damage dealer, then you just simply go ahead and pull in this banner. But if you are someone who is looking for higher damage numbers, like a very upgradation in your damage numbers with this weapon and with this garb compared to Murasame, probably you will not get too much value in terms of high damage numbers, because at the end of the day, the percentage of Murasame will not be too lower than this weapon, and probably you saw that this weapon's base state starts from 480%, which is considerably higher than Murasame. But I'll show you some analysis, and I'll show you that there is something else happens as the weapon progresses, and it kind of loses its progression, and I'll show you in the analysis guide. But first of all, disclaimer that I don't want to defame this weapon, or I don't want to spread any sort of negativity. I just did this small analysis and I just wanted to share with you guys. And secondly, all of this information are taken from the game, that means the text, not really from the actual gameplays, but rather the information that the game provided us on paper. And you know guys, numbers don't lie. And another thing is, if you like this weapon and like this garb, or if you are looking for something based on burn, then definitely this is the best one, because this is the Arcanum. This is the best thing you can get from burn. So let me take you to the browser guys, and let's just switch on to the browser. And I kind of designed this thing, or created this thing that is based on this Skysplitter and Murasame. And to understand things better, I decided to give them a color. Skysplitter will be represented by a red color, Murasame will be represented by a blue color. Now, I have considered some assessment criteria here, that is base damage, C ability tier 2 damage, and C ability max damage. And you can also recognize them by these stars, YOLO and all these stars. Now let's talk about this part first. Base damage for Murasame will get a 400%. That means if you use Murasame at base damage, that is level 90, without any overboosting, then you will get 400% physical lightning damage. On the other hand, with the same base damage, Skysplitter will give 480% physical fire damage. Now, if you are using this, if you are switching, for example, if you are switching from base damage or base level Murasame to base level Skysplitter, you will get a 20% growth in your damage numbers. That means your damage numbers will be 20% higher than that of Murasame, and actual percentage is also 20%. Now, C ability tier, if you are using this Murasame at this star level, that means C ability tier 2, you will be getting 620% damage. If you use Skysplitter at the same C ability tier 2 level, you will get 710% damage. And in this case guys, the growth percentage is 15%. Actually it is 14.52%, but it is showing a round figure because we are dealing with bigger numbers here. So as you can see that the gradual percentages are going down. Same goes for max level, 750% versus 850%, 13% growth only. actually 13.33% growth. So the gradual diminishing growth you can see in these weapons. So that's one thing that I wanted to point out. That means if we compare these two weapons side by side, as you can see in the base level, this is the utility, or this is the growth percentage, and this growth percentage keeps going down and down. The more you go higher, the growth percentage keeps going down. My question is why? That's kind of weird, because considering the amount of investment we have to do in order to max up a weapon, but why this diminishing return? Now that's at one point, but probably this is not a big problem, but there is another big problem between these two weapons, guys. Let me take you to another chart and look at this, guys. This is a little bit complex, let me explain. Murasame, for base damage, it does 400%, and at C ability tire, it does 620%. So when you do this upgradation from base damage to C ability tier 2, you will get a 55% increase in the damage. Huge 55% increase, guys. On the same way, if you do the upgradation of Skysplitter from base damage to C ability tier 2, you will get a lower percentage, 47.92%. That percentage, that means Skysplitter, is 13.9% lower when it is about this growth. Now let's move on to the second tire. If you upgrade Murasame from C ability tier 2 to C ability max tire, the damage number will change from 620 to 750. That's a 20.97 growth. Good. But look at this. Skysplitter changing from C ability tier 2 to C ability max tire, 710% to 850%. Increase 19.72. That means once again Skysplitter is having 5.96% lower growth comparatively to Murasame. But overall, Skysplitter's damage is high because this weapon starts at higher base state. His base damage is already higher, but as the weapon proceeds further, the progression percentages is comparatively lower than Murasame. So overall, though the weapon is going to do higher percentage, but this growth is something that is troubling me, and that I wanted to share with you guys. Now here can be another question, that Murasame is a weapon that has been released at the beginning of the game. I think about 100 days have already passed, or even a little more. But as you can see, even the latest weapon is kind of struggling to compete with the growth that Murasame showed to us. So don't expect the huge bump of damages that you experienced already with Murasame. Probably you will be a little disheartened. So about summoning this weapon, what I think is, if you are having Murasame, garb, you can skip this banner, because burn, that's an element, that's the only thing you will get something unique from this weapon and garb. So I hope I didn't bore you too much with this sort of analysis. I think totally it's needless, but still I wanted to do it because I found it fun. So I hope you guys are okay with this sort of opinions. So don't forget to support the content, and don't forget to support the channel, and I hope to see you guys soon in some other videos. Till then, stay awesome and peace out, my friend.